Hello everyone. Welcome to another guided meditation practice. Here at Evo Faith, we believe that intentional spiritual practice empowers us to master the only world we can, the one within us. Mastering our inner world is one of the most powerful and profound skills we can ever learn, because when our inner world changes, everything changes in our outer world, even if nothing changes. This week is the first week of Advent, and so it marks the start of a new meditation series in which we explore some of the essential qualities that help us to show up fully, authentically, and courageously in our lives and relationships. And in this first meditation of the series, we focus on mastering hope. As you prepare yourself for the meditation ahead, why not put on your favorite Advent and/or Christmas music and let it fill your space as you do the following readying practices. If you want to connect more deeply with the Advent journey, I encourage you to consider using a set of Advent candles. It consists of 4 candles that are purple or deep blue. The 4th candle can also be pink if you prefer. And then there's a 5th candle at the center, which is white. The 4 purple candles are lit each Sunday of Advent in turn and represent hope, peace, joy, and love. The 5th white candle is lit on Christmas Day and is called the Christ candle. Note, not the Jesus candle, and represents the light of the eternal cosmic Christ that was revealed through the human person, Jesus of Nazareth. So if you're using Advent candles, I invite you to still yourself, breathe deeply and slowly, and get grounded for a moment. And then when you're ready, light the first candle, the candle of hope. Now spend a few moments gazing at the flame of hope as you consider this focus question. What does hope look like for you? And now as a prayer, I offer you these words from Samuel Ryan. You may want to repeat them a few times and allow their message to sink into your soul. A candle is a protest at midnight. It is a nonconformist. It says to the darkness, I beg to differ. A candle is a protest at midnight. It is a nonconformist. It says to the darkness, I beg to differ. A candle is a protest at midnight. It is a nonconformist. It says to the darkness, I beg to differ. Now, before we move into the meditative part of today's practice, spend some time engaging with the whole idea of learning to master hope. I encourage you to pause this video, switch off your music now, and click through to the podcast, which was posted on Wednesday this week. It's around 13 minutes long and will help you to focus your mind, heart, and soul around the challenges of hope and hopelessness. It will also offer you some thoughts on what I do to cling to hope in my own life. And don't worry, I'll still be here when you get back. Welcome back. I hope you found that reflection on hope helpful and hope inspiring. Now, in the light of those thoughts, I want to invite you to engage more deeply with hope for yourself. The following questions and exercises are designed to help you connect with your deepest thoughts, feelings, and experiences of hope. And they will help you to develop some intentional practices that strengthen your capacity for hope, even in times of turmoil. Let's begin with exploring the stories you tell about hope and hopelessness. When you think of hope, what stories come to mind? Are they your own stories or those of someone else? Do they inspire you and strengthen your hope? Or do they feel out of reach for you? What makes these stories so representative of hope for you? How do they capture your heart and shape how you feel about hope? And then in a similar way, reflect on hopelessness or despair. What stories do you tell yourself about these things? How do they impact your life? And what makes these stories representative of hopelessness and despair for you? You may want to use some of this reflective time to journal your stories now. You could even write your own story of hope and/or hopelessness in your journal and use it to reflect more deeply on hope through the week. So now I invite you into that reflective space so that you can do this work around your hope stories. And now, look a little more carefully at your stories of both hope and hopelessness. What words appear often in your stories? What is your hope vocabulary, the words and phrases that you use most often when speaking about hope or despair? Where do these words come from? Are they yours, or have you learned them from someone else? Are they the words you would want to be speaking about hope in your life? What other words might you want to use instead? How do these words impact how you think about hope and despair? Does your vocabulary strengthen your capacity for hope or undermine it? If you journaled your stories, you could go back and underline the key words, or you could just write a list of the words and phrases that you use most around hope. And again, you can go back to your journal to do more with this through the week. But for now, I invite you back into that reflective space to give you time to think about your hope vocabulary. Now let's take some time to reflect on symbols of hope. What symbol, image, or metaphor best represents hope for you? And what symbolizes despair or hopelessness? Do you have any symbols in your home or that you wear or carry with you on your person that relate to your experience and perspective of hope? Do these symbols strengthen your capacity for hope or undermine it? What symbols of hope would you like to keep with you as a reminder to cling to hope when you go through tough times? In this reflective time now, you could search for images and symbols of hope if that would be helpful for you. You could look through a magazine or search online. Just be careful not to get distracted and suck down those rabbit holes. You may even want to print out some images and symbols and paste them into your journal or download them to your phone. Or you could make yourself a physical, three-dimensional version of your favorite hope symbol and keep it in a prominent space in your home. Of course, if you would prefer, you can focus on doing the reflective work now and do the practical work later. Either way, I invite you back into that reflective space now, so that you can work with your hope symbols. And now finally, what rituals do you have around hope? Are there certain things you like to do whenever you feel the need to nurture hope within you? Are there certain habits that you've developed around hope? How are these rituals and habits impacting your ability to cling to hope when you face difficult times or challenges? And now consider how you can be more intentional in nurturing hope as a spiritual practice. What rituals could you adopt or create for yourself that can train you to be more intentionally and automatically hopeful? What benefit might you gain from nurturing a more hopeful way of being? Spend a few moments considering a simple ritual of hope that you can create for yourself as a way to strengthen your capacity for hope. And so go back now into your reflective space as you consider your hope rituals and habits. And now, as we prepare to end this practice and return to the business of living, I encourage you to create a mental touchstone of hope for yourself. It can be a breath prayer, an affirmation, or a mantra, whatever you can say in a single breath and remember easily. Keep it with you, preferably in your mind or on your phone or somewhere easily accessible when you need it. And whenever you feel the need to connect with hope intentionally or to strengthen your hope in a particular situation, repeat your mental touchstone, either silently or out loud, as many times as you need. Just doing this will help to reorient your heart, mind, and body toward hope more consistently. And that's our meditation for this week. Thank you for sharing in this practice, and stay connected to the sacred.